Hey guys.
Hey, Bas. Copenhagen calling.
Okay.
So, we are making a game.
I'm excited.
You look very excited.
Agreement all around.
Yeah, agreement all around. We're building a game.
I don't think anybody knows.
No one knows. No one knows what we're actually building. Yeah.
It's a grand unveiling.
This is the grand unveiling of the game that we're working on right now. Bas, can you, with very few words, kind of describe, in marketing hype, what is this game? Yeah.
What are we doing? We're building a game that is little trains in a little world, and you're controlling thereof in a godlike manner.
In a sense, it's very much like real life, right? It's a juggling game. You're juggling aspects of it, and it can get chaotic, and you can try to keep things under control, but eventually, someone's gonna die.
It's gonna get there.
It's much like real life.
Yeah, it's very realistic. So just to get an overview, the game is called Conduct This.
Yeah, I'd like to clarify that it's not called Conduct This, it's called Conduct This!
Conduct this!
And it's a game for mobile devices and probably also desktop. And it's about you having a little world with tracks and trains, and you need to control the trains and make sure that you transport the passengers on time and no one dies.
Wait, I'm putting on my marketing hat. I'm just gonna put on my marketing hat right here.
Marketing fez.
This is the marketing glass fez. And yeah, it happens. And what I would call this game is an action puzzler. Wait, I'm taking off the marketing fez again.
Thank you.
Yes. So an action puzzle game, maybe that might be the genre that we're aiming for, right? It's pretty hectic, pretty frantic, but also very pleasant and enjoyable. It's kind of like the merging of those two worlds. Essentially, we're just kind of looking for an excuse to play with trains, right?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. I mean, we're wrapping it.
We're trying to figure out what we can do to have fun with train sets for a living, right?
Yeah.
It's like your digital model train landscape, like small model trains going around just on your phone instead, and not as expensive.
Right now, what the game actually is you enter a level with a pre-made track, and you basically start and stop these tiny trains that will run amok if you don't do anything. You'll go to stations, pick up passengers, go to other stations and unload passengers. All is neat and dandy until stuff happens. Where, you know, maybe there's 2 trains or 3 trains, or there's freight trains howling through town, or annoying road traffic. And basically, winning conditions right now is that you have to transport a certain amount of passengers within a certain amount of time to win that given level. That is the puzzle, that is the game right now. That is Conduct This! Okay.
The world is out to get you, right? I mean, it seems tranquil. It's like a tropical fish tank. And then the shark arrives and it just all goes to hell, right? And stuff it's going to get harder and harder, and the world is going to become more and more unforgiving. You know what? I think the beauty of it is that every time you screw it up, it's your fault. And you know exactly why it went wrong. It's not unfair, it's just tough.
And it will start with some pretty simple levels, like you have to level where you have to not hit the cars with the train, or you have to switch the train to the correct station. But in the end, we'll have some pretty complicated levels built already. It was like 4 trains you have to manage to each stations, and freight trains coming through, and complete insanity.
It is juggling in a way. It's multitasking. What I love most about it is this weird combination of childhood fantasy of playing with toys, the pleasantry of the whole thing. It's nice playing with trains, like this wonderful little model of the world, quaint little villages, football fields and flowing meadows and whatnot. And then what actually happens is it's gonna stress you out a lot. Like, you have to play in that world, but it gets really tricky quite quickly.
But you know, I think in the beginning it was like, you know, when we made the first few builds, it was like a tranquil train set, and we thought, well, here's a nice oddity that we built, isn't that fun? And then along came Train 2 and a couple of vehicles, and then I remember, you know, we were playing it in the morning and thought, oh, wow, this is actually super fun. We might have something here that's great fun to play. I took it to show one of my friends in the pub one night, and my God, that man can swear. He's an Irishman, you know, he was cursing like the best of them. I think that was the point when I realized that this is probably going to be quite a fun little thing to give to the world.
The ticket to attention pun intended, is that it exists in this world of trains and cars and things that people are inherently interested in. But the thing that drives it home is that the actual gameplay already now is quite fun. It's hectic, and there's a lot of swearing going on, and it really quickly becomes increasingly difficult. Yeah,
but it's still very accessible because you just press on the train to start it, press on the train to stop it, press on the track to switch it, and that's basically what you're doing.
Yeah, and it's not a game with great depth in the sense that you have to do a lot of things. There's not a multitude of ways in which you interact with the game. The mechanics are very simple. It is more the mental overload of having to manage all these simple functionalities all at once. That's the core of it right now. And we thought, while we're fumbling our way through making this game, we might as well bring some people along for the journey. So we're doing a developer diary. What is the point of the developer diary anyways?
Do you know what? I think many years ago when games were made by a guy sitting in his bedroom, the lights are off, the curtains are down, and sometime later something comes out. No, it doesn't have to be like that anymore, right? I mean, we can share it with the world as we go. Like, co-creation is really cool. So I think it's just fun to be able to do it together.
What we're trying to do, just to sort of paint the landscape, set the scope, is that we're gonna do maybe a handful of these. Let's not kid ourselves. We'll try to put out a few of these developer diaries of us making this game, right? And then maybe later we'll get into some more specifics. We'll each individually show what we're doing on the game, and we had this idea that we wanted you guys to ask some questions, and we'd try to answer them as best as we could. We might not have all the answers, but at least it'll kind of get the ball rolling. We can talk about, well, basically anything really, from Unity, game design, monetization, whatever. So we'll end these developer diaries with a little bit of Q&A.
Or you can tell us if we're doing anything completely wrong and we can fix it. That would be helpful.
Oh yeah, that would be helpful, yeah. Baz, who are you really?
Hey guys, well, my name is Barrington. You might have noticed, of course, that we're not sitting together. I'm on holiday in Australia right now. But when I'm not doing this, I'm the 3D artist on this game. So it's my job to build the world that you see when you're playing. All the trees, the buildings, the houses, the people, the trains, the cloud, maybe the odd crow, rat here and there. So I'm creating the world physically and visually as you see it, and turning it over to these guys to program into something wonderful and playable.
My name is Ulrik, and when Baz has made some wonderful 3D models, I make them come alive and moving around, make everything playable, and then send out a build so people can have fun with it.
And my name is Michael, and I am a designer. I work on, I guess, most of the other creative aspects that are not the 3D models. So the UI, some game design, some level design, all the surrounding stuff that these two geniuses here produce. When we get to potentially launching something, I'll probably also be doing video and marketing and all that stuff. But yeah, generally just kind of pushing the non-3D pixels. I mean, that's us. That's the team, the three of us. I think the context that people watching this needs to sort of realize that we're a small Copenhagen-based studio. There is really no budget for this, and I think that's a great story to tell, because it is how a lot of people are making games today. They might start out in someone's room or garage or a basement or whatever. We've done some other stuff, like we have made some games in the past, but generally speaking, I'd say that our combined experiences of making games doesn't amount to a whole lot. We're noobs, basically. We're noobs.
Yeah. We're noobs making games.
Noobs making games. That's another tagline for you. And we are. I think that makes it more interesting for people to go on the journey with us, because it's a little more relatable, right? So basically, what we're saying is we have very little experience in making games. We have a tiny studio.
We have no money.
We have no money to make this game, and that's setting the scene for you, right? That's where you, as the viewer, enters into this story of making this game. We don't really know where we are, but please help us. Please help us make this game. No, this isn't a Kickstarter campaign. We are making this game, and I think that we've.
Can send us your money if you like. That's
Sure. Yeah, we'll put a donate link right here.
It'll be a donate button on the side of the.
It'll be right on top of Baz's head there. Yeah. So this last part of the developer diary, I thought that we would ask people who are watching this to ask questions. So you've heard us rant on about this game that we're making. This first developer diary has been very much about the concept of the whole thing. So we've been showing some video from the game, some in-game footage, and I hope that you've gotten sort of an idea of what type of game we're building here and a little bit about the team. But if you have any questions, anything at all, about why Bas is in Australia, or about how we're supposed to monetize this, or
he is not upside down,
why he is not upside down, or any other questions related to the whereabouts of Bas or the process of the game or making the game, type it out in the comments, and in the next developer diary we'll try to answer some of those questions to the best of our abilities.
Or just if you have some comments, just like what do you think of the game, does it look nice, anything else we should build?
Yeah. Ideas, suggestions, what should we make?
Yeah.
Yes. I think that's cool. I think that's it for the first developer diary. Damn it, we need the conductor hats. We should all like have hats on. Until next time.